is just a typical way that it's done. Your trim goes on, then your J channel, and then your siding comes into it.
Well, when I see this, I want to use a trim over that. So I don't like that.
Well,
Well, that's why we're doing this.
That's why we're doing it.
She wants the trim to be proud of the siding.
Okay.
The thing I was trying to avoid.
Yes.
Hi, Grandy. Hi, sweet girl. We all met to discuss window installation as we've made some decisions about which windows we're going to get. After measuring the current windows, we found that there were many differences in how they were installed, which makes it kind of hard to plan a window installation. With a little head scratching, Jim and Randy came up with a plan to address those variances and also meet Jim's want to make the windows the most weatherproof and sturdy as possible. We wouldn't expect anything less from him. You all know that because this journey has been a bit difficult, we've had to make some compromises to keep it going. Finances and time. So I'm here to tell you we're actually getting vinyl windows. I can't lie, I am a bit disappointed, but sometimes your dreams have to be adjusted. That's life. There is something else about the windows that is exciting. The interiors are going to be wood, which to me is a big win. I think the way we're going to trim them out on the exterior will make them look pretty good outside too. And we'll have windows, which in itself is pretty amazing at this point. While I was editing this video, I realized there were a lot of terms and words that I couldn't keep track of at the time. I didn't know the window lingo. Window lingo, window lingo. Say that 3 times fast. But by the end of editing the video, I could identify the pieces. But while it was happening, I was so lost. So I put some hopefully helpful hints along the way through the video. So if you're not a carpenter, you'll be able to figure out what the heck is going on. If they didn't help, sorry, I gave it a shot. Good to see you again. What you doing?
Oh, Randy and I are building a template for a mock-up. Getting our pieces and measurements and decisions as to placement finished. Randy's inside cutting a piece that's going to simulate being sill plate.
So the first one's easy. This is the windowsill, which is on the outside of the house. It can also be called a sill plate or just a sill. Here's a more complicated diagram for all you experts out there.
Yeah, he's cutting that right now. And I'm just going to pull in, there's a couple of pieces of loose siding up here. I'm going to pull them back in and anchor them so that it's a little bit more stable for our demo piece.
Sheathing is like the first layer of skin on a house. You'll see that we put a layer of foam on top of our sheathing before we put the slats for siding to be attached to.
This is not the whole demo, this is just what we need in order to build the demo.
Oh. Okay, I'll go see what Randy's doing.
Yep.
Thanks, Jim. Ooh, it smells like cut wood in here.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
How's it going today on the window project?
We've got it figured out.
Is it tricky?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Wow. This is going to be our window?
Wake up!
It looks so big.
It's going to be a nice window, isn't it?
Yeah.
Trying to get rid of this gap right here.
Here's that extra layer of foam that I mentioned. It's actually foam board insulation.
Keep going, brother.
Guess I just gave up too early, huh?
Satisfying.
Slightly ethereal.
Ethereal.
Heavenly.
Okay.
Ethereal is one of those words that has multiple meanings.
I've never used it in the construction arena.
Well, it's typically not used in the construction arena.
Where you guys been smoking while I've been gone?
These are Shrek
Shrek windows?
Shrek window frames.
How
'Cause
so?
ogres are like onions and they're in layers.
Onions have layers. Ogres have layers.
We have got so many layers to it.
What? All of these or just these? That's 4 layers. And that's just to put the window in?
Well, you'll see. This is going to be our outside purlin. We're going to a piece of 5/4 AZAC to space out to put the siding up to it, and then the trim will go over it like that, so the siding can be behind it without a J channel.
Wait, what? He's talking about this stuff in here, but ours is going to be built a little bit differently, so maybe I can piece it together. The window comes self-contained in its own little box, which is called the frame. And you set this into the hole you've made in the side of your house, and you build the pieces around it to accommodate the siding and the trim. And apparently there's a lot of flashing too. And this is where Randy and Jim's design is a little bit different than the usual. They're not using a piece called the J channel, which is a pre-made piece that allows the trim and the siding to be attached together in a flush manner. The first one Randy talked about was a purling, which I think is referring to this piece right here. And then right here, they're putting a little extra spacer piece to bump the trim out so that the siding can slip underneath it and the trim can be proud of the siding, just like the original.
This is going to be our outside purlin. We're going to a piece of 5/4 AZAC to space out to put the siding up to it, and then the trim will go over it like that, so the siding can be behind it without a J channel.
Here's how it's usually done nowadays, with the trim and the siding flush with each other. And here's a different way with the trim proud of the siding. To me, that trim difference makes a difference in how the whole house looks. It looks older and more vintage to me, but maybe not everyone sees it.
And I've got, I don't know where that went, a piece of 1/2 inch. Jim, did you lose the 1/2 inch piece? No. I got it. I got it.
All stacked there together.
I gotta figure out what we did. Sometimes I go crazy.
Sometimes?
This will be like that. This will be our outside purlin with our 5/4 instead of J channel. So that this will go over it like that, so that we have a nailer for this trim to go on. It'll be like that. And this is our, it's hard to show, but this will be our box coming into it, and this will wind up being the 1/2 inch stop.
This is our stop, or blind stop, which is installed on the exterior, so when we install our window from the interior to the exterior, the window doesn't fall out. And then the siding goes in,
The siding goes in behind it,
so we're going to see that.
and the trim will be out over all of this.
Is this the normal, usual way of doing it?
No,
No? Is it really off the base? Oh, in a good way?
in the way that you want.
That's
You
a
know,
good way.
Normally you would just build a box, put stops, put that in it, put the window in it, J-channel it, and you'd be done. I even built 8-degree shims
Ooh,
for the sill.
nice. These are going to be beautiful. It's nice to get to keep the profile of the house.
You get that, Jim?
I just a little stay back.
That thing was kicking your ass.
It's just these longer staple. But that's fine. It's gonna be just fine. We're just gonna work this corner anyway, so put this away and I'll grab that.
Is that usually how it's done?
No.
All right, don't learn how to install windows from this video.
Oh, this is all custom.
What do you think? Right about there?
That's a great spot.
Well, not great.
Luscious. Luscious, Louie. So we want the purlin first. This is our purlin.
Going first.
Well, this would already be
Well,
on.
for the measurement, that's all right.
Yeah. It's going to be that way. And this will come into here. Like that. Then the trim goes over that.
We need to stop.
Oh, I have that. Stop like that, and then this will go over this like that.
Right, but let's staple it in as we go.
Okay, makes good sense. I got this.
Trim.
I'll hold it, you can nail it. There you have it.
All right. That gives us our insert slot.
For the siding, we got about 1 3/4
Yeah.
back there.
Yeah, we got that. We got the siding in there. We got the trim over the top of it. We've got the box, and we've got the window stop, and it's flush out. That's what we want.
That's what we want.
That's what we want.
We've only got 4 different dimensions of lumber.
Yeah, well,
That seems about right for a project with Jim. Or an old custom house.
I'm probably the only guy that can understand what he wanted to do.
Probably.
I'll take this whole assembly off here.
Well, if you could get it all, that would be magic.
That will be magic. We hope so. We hope that. How's that for magic? There you go.
There's the sample. Nice.
Thing is, everyone's going to be different. So we made the pieces universal.
Yeah.
Because some of these are 3.5, some are 4, so we made everything so it'll fit no matter what size they are.
Wow.
Oh.
Clever.
Pretty clever there, Jim.
So we flash. Box is in, flashed. Then we're 1 by 6.
Then our 5/4.
and 5/4, and then
Then our stop.
the stop.
And we could actually put the trim on because the siding goes behind it.
Yep, and then we can put the trim up, and then it's all ready for siding.
Yeah.
The way that would be most accurate for the whole thing, I'm thinking now next step is we're gonna set the window in. Next step is we gotta measure for the window, because this is gonna vary from our rough measurements.
Well, we got to build all these and then measure the windows.
Which means we're gonna have to plug all the holes while we wait for the windows to arrive. I was hoping to skip that. And let's see if we can think through a way to do all of this.
I think it would be too assumptive.
Well, really,
We get a window in that's a 1/4 inch difference than what we're assuming it's not going to fit. It's going to be, if it's too narrow, then the stops aren't going to hit on our 1/2 inch because we're right on tolerance with that.
Yeah. Well, here's what I'm thinking about that, Randy. So if we've got the framing done, we can cut the sill, and we can push the sill out with the Tyvek still in place, just like it is right now. So we set the sill.
Well, if we've got a box, we know what our measurement's going to be to where the sill's going to be.
Yeah, well, stay with me for just a minute. So we've got the sill set, we push the Tyvek out. Now, this is not going to move.
This isn't going to move.
The studs aren't going to move, the header's not going to move. And we know that the window's going to be 3/4 inside out. So we can take this minus 1.5 inches, this minus 3/4,
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
and we don't have to take the Tyvek off.
No.
We don't have to do any of the rest of it. We know we're going to do it, but we can leave the Tyvek in place so we don't have to deal with plugging a hole and take away that cost and time. And we'll still
We
have
just-
accurate window sizes.
Yep. Well, the only ones that I know that are accurate are the ones that I built.
Well, for that we're going to have to trust the factory, aren't we? And they, there's a specified.
Well, you can order them 2 ways. You can order them exact fit to the numbers you get, or you give them a number and they have a number that they subtract from it. I always order them exactly the way I want.
I think we give them some slack. Yeah, instead of we're going to use some foam fill.
Yep.
And we want them to be a little loose.
We want them a 1/2 inch narrower than the opening. That'll give us a 1/4 inch
Either side.
either side,
Yeah.
top to bottom also.
And minimal labor.
Because actually, top you can only make a 1/4 because the bottom has to set on the sill.
Yeah.
You can't float the bottom.
No, but you can fill the top.
You guys think you're set?
I think we have a plan.
We have a plan.
Dang,
We have a plan.
this was brilliant.
All right.
Well, my work here is done. I'm going to the dog park. In case you're wondering about these adorable boots, these are called High C boots. And when High C reached out to me to see if I wanted to review their boots, I went to their website and found these adorable chicken boots, and I couldn't resist. So I agreed to a pair and told them I would give them a review. I have a lot of nice boots for working on the Grand Lady, for hiking, but none of those are really great for going to the dog park or gardening. So it was pretty cool finding these boots that are perfect for those things. You can see Jim got black ones. Both Jim and I thought the fit was a bit large, but then I wore them just with a regular thin pair of socks, and I was able to run and felt very comfortable. They have a 100% guarantee that your feet will stay warm and dry for 100 years. That seems like a long time. That's kind of our thing at the Grand Lady. We want it to last at least another 100 years. So I guess when we pass away, the boots will have to stay with the house. And just so you know, we're affiliates, so we get a proportion of every sale. So if you need some cute new boots and you want to support the Grand Lady at the same time, use the code TheGrandLady for 15% off. The link's in the description box. So far, so good. Back again, working on the window.
This is for the slant of the sill. The difference between vertical and this angle, ideal is 8 degrees. That's what we're shooting for.
The toe of the windows is what's going to hit regardless.
Yeah, the window's got an 8-degree base sill.
Okay. Is the toe
The outside.
Yeah, and the base of that's going to be sealed against the sill. Got all that?
I'm not lost.
No, you're not lost. You follow this stuff.
You're not lost if you don't care where you are.
I'm not lost. I know I'm right here.
Here they pulled just a piece of the bottom of the Tyvek, and they're stapling it down underneath the sill to make a watertight barrier.
We're trying to leave as much of the Tyvek in place as possible while we build this frame and stuff for the window. So what we're been working out is how much is the least amount that we can cut the Tyvek, still be able to set the sill.
Das ist gut.
Yeah, look at that angle.
I got to remember now. So many layers. This is an ogre.
Oh, you both have layers. Oh.
Properly, I should have put that little piece on first, knowing what I know about the bending of this tape in this corner now. I'm going to do the little piece over there the way it should be. This should go on like a shingle. Shingle. Now we can put the sill back. Yeah, it looks nice. Well done.
I did good?
You did good.
Now I got to find the drill. See what you want, right?
All right.
Then you got this out here. Like that. So we want this in, right?
Yep. And then we want this.
You gotta do one at a time.
Can we get that with one, or does it need two? Yeah, okay. Go. That's good.
Then you want that.
Go. Good. This is where we measure.
This big piece here represents how the window will come all framed up in its big box. It's just a piece of it in this mock-up.
All right, so you're thinking again about this not fleshing up on the inside then.
Well, here, there's this, once the sheetrock comes,
Yep.
that's going to be a 1/2 inch inside it.
Yep.
So that would have to be at least a 1/2 inch out.
Well, if it's going to be flush with the rock.
It's
But-
got to be to trim it, because your trim's
Well-
going to go on here.
Yeah, but the trim that we've got over here,
Just say this is your sheetrock,
yeah. Which
which would be up
we
to
want to
here.
end up there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so we want to hold it back a 1/2 inch then, don't we? But what does that do for the stool?
The stool is basically the windowsill, but on the inside.
So that gives us no support for the stool.
Your stool should be here. And then you've got trim underneath it.
They decided to move the window frame forward and then put an extension jamb on the interior that would meet up with the sheetrock.
This is about as far out as we should go.
And that's 1.5 inches. That means our extension jamb will be 2 inches. Because we got to come a 1/2 inch
Yeah.
proud
Yeah.
to be flush with the rock.
Seems awfully complicated.
Well, it is a bit complicated. Yep. This is our window insert. That little notch is the dimensions of the window insert, and this is the thickness of the whole window insert. And it's going to be a whole window, and it's going to slide in this way, and then it's going to stop on that notch against.
And that's it.
And then the window slides in,
Window slides in.
gets sealed here.
Yep. Everything's perfect. I wouldn't have it any other way. You good?
Whoa! It just came right out.
Yeah, that was the plan. Stan. Don't need to be coy, Roy.
You know, we didn't do this the way we wanted to.
Yeah, it's
Did we?
100%.
Did we?
Yeah, because our siding comes right in there.
I thought we were going to take the box all the way out here.
Yep, we did have this going all the way out.
Yeah.
Because this, yeah, you're absolutely right, Jim. That's how we did this one.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
sure
we should.
glad that we fastened this together so well.
Gonna have to make another one?
No, we just got to take them two
Take
pieces.
this apart and put it back together just a little bit differently. Well, you tell me how you want to go. I'll break this apart or
Right.
not.
Let me see what I got pre-made.
Okay, I'll wait.
This is the last time. Do I want an angle on it?
Well, let's
That's exactly right.
so let's put that.
Put an
Nice.
angle on the bottom?
Yeah,
Okay, you got those?
I got it.
Yeah, I want to angle this too.
You got it angled already.
Okay. That's what we're looking for. God damn it, we finally did it right.
Never felt more like a winner than I do tonight. Never more certain the path laid before me was right. You over there with the curls in your hair, couldn't find more of a reason to stare. Never seen eyes look into me as you do tonight. And honey, I've been racing the wind like a bird, been chasing the wealth of the world, but it fades when you're near. So tell me where we go from here. Tell me where we go from here.